Hi guys, I'm going to do an update again about the situation in Mexico. I don't want to count how many days I'm in quarantine. I only know I have 30 days to go. And today, April 1, I'm still coping with the press conference of the other day that the government declared a state of health emergency in this country. Mexico has been ahead of things a lot. Like when I look at my home country in the Netherlands, I saw the response coming pretty late to the virus outbreak. And here in Mexico, they seem to be way ahead of things. Like we have 130 million people and only less than 1,100 confirmed cases, and yet the whole country is urged to stay at home, and they are preparing beds and emergency hospitals. So it seems like the Mexican government learns from other countries and tries to contain this virus and keep it manageable. The thing that is a bit confusing to me is because it's a country with federal states, the government in Mexico City makes a statement, sets basic ground rules, and then every state can implement their own. So what happens today here in Quintana Roo is not the same that happens in Yucatan or in Jalisco or wherever. And then even within the state, the city can also have their own rules. So like in Cancun, things are different from Solidaridad, where Playa del Carmen is part of. For me, it's difficult to find the right channels. I think I have a few now, like the Ayuntamiento and the state departments, where I can look for information about the situation at the moment. Another concern is that there's a lot of fake news out there, a lot of gossip about people looting, and not all is happening in Quintana Roo. Some of it is happening actually in Mexico, but it seems to be that the government is pretty on top of a lot of this, what's happening. Now, what worries me very much is what I see in the streets. It's like I walk through a ghost town. Usually when you walk in Mexico, the street corners are assembly points for food carts, and people just eat there, socialize, gossip. Now those spaces are empty. There's nothing. And that's a good thing, because the emergency state of emergency that's declared is about stay at home, be wise, care for the country, care for the family, care for your friends, care for yourself, and let's contain this virus together. So the empty streets are a good sign, but still it's fucking spooky. I mean, I tell you, we're not allowed to be in Fifth Avenue anymore, but I was there a few days ago before this was installed, and hotels are closed, entrances are blocked. When you go to the beach, you are urged by the civil security department to go home. You cannot enter the beach anymore. It's not totally on lockdown, and it's all voluntarily, but it's not so voluntarily, if you know what I mean. There's a lot of pressure to do the right thing. Like I saw in the Netherlands, they announced you have to stay at home, and it's better if you don't group, and preferably stay in your house, but people are still everywhere. And although that has been diminished as well, because people are more aware of what they inflict on the society when they go outside, and that it should be wiser for them to follow the advice from the government. Here in Mexico, it is more emotionally, and there's so much patriotism. The country is really like, we do this together, and that is noticeable. Of course, there's exceptions to the rules, because this morning I went to the supermarket to do my groceries, and there are people that are just, I mean, as if they never heard the news or something. So that's another thing. I want to stay home because of those people. I love myself. I don't want to get sick. The government is pressing us to stay home because they truly, truly believe they can flatten the curve, because people seem to be pretty obedient in general, with a few exceptions about the sana distancia, as they call it. We have this fun character, Susanna distancia. She tells us every day what to do, how to wash our hands, how much distance we should keep, and keeps us up to date about what's happening in the streets. What did I notice in the stores this morning? I noticed that people are buying lots of dried food, like all the instant soup is gone. Nothing. It hasn't been there for days. We have plenty of toilet paper yet, but people are... I saw someone walking out, you know these big packages with like 24 rolls of toilet paper? I saw someone walk out with 5. I mean, what the hell? What do you need? Anyway, I don't even want to think about that. No more rice, dried beans, all gone. Most of the pre-packed tortillas were gone as well. They pre-pack the bread, and it's huge packages, like 5 or 10. You know, the freshly baked buns they make every day, and the French bread, they go in packages of 3. And I really had an argument at the bakery this morning, like, okay, it's just me. I only need 1 or 2 of the small ones, and they were unwilling to do that, really unwilling to do that. So then they were packing the French bread, and then I said, okay, then let me have 1 French bread. I don't want to waste food. And then they were like, oh, okay, we will give you 1 French bread. So I got 1. Wow, lucky me. I mean, I do have a freezer, but my fridge is not working very well, and things don't really freeze up. They're kind of in between. I think that's my update. There's not much happening. It's pretty boring. I plundered the book table downstairs near the entrance. There's a book table because this is like a huge Airbnb. Everyone rents here a small apartment, and lots of travelers leave their books behind. So I plundered those, and I have 3 books I can read now. That's about it. Not much to tell, really. It's so incredibly boring, and I still have like 30 days to go. Talk to you guys later. It's a special playlist on my YouTube channel, and you can subscribe either to the playlist or to the channel. If you do subscribe to the channel, don't forget to click the bell sign. That after you click the red button, there's a bell sign. Click that as well. Then you get a notification when I have done an update, because I cannot promise you when the next one is, but there will be a next one. I see you next time. Thank you for watching, and stay safe, stay healthy.